Georg Ferdinand Ludwig Philipp Cantor was born on March 3, 1845, at St. Petersburg, Russia, where he lived until the age of 11, and then moved to Germany, where he lived most of his life. Georg Cantor's father, Georg Waldemar Cantor, was a successful merchant, working as a wholesaling agent in St. Petersburg, then later as a broker in the St. Petersburg Stock Exchange. Georg Waldemar Cantor was born in Denmark, and he was a man with a deep love of culture and the arts. His mother, Maria Anna Baum, was a major artist in Russian music and certainly influenced her son, who learned to play violin. After early education at home from a private tutor, Cantor attended primary school in St. Petersburg, and in 1856, when he was 11 years old, moved to Germany. Cantor's father decided to move to Germany, since Cantor's father had poor health, in order to find a warmer climate than the harsh winters of St. Petersburg. Cantor remembered his early years in Russia with great nostalgia and never felt at ease in Germany, even though he lived there for the rest of his life. Once they settled in Wiesbaden, Cantor attended the secondary school. After graduating from high school in Wiesbaden, the family moved to Frankfurt, where Cantor took courses in mathematics and philosophy, first at the University of Zurich, and then in Berlin, where he was a student of Kummer, Weierstrass, and Kronecker. In 1867, he graduated, and in 1869 he obtained free teaching by presenting papers related to number theory. While honeymooning the same year with his bride, Vally Gutmann, at Interlaken, Switzerland, Cantor met Ludwig, who gave positive feedback on his new theory. Cantor's salary was low, but his father's estate, which died in 1863, enabled him to build a house for his wife and 5 children. Many of his papers were published in Sweden in the new journal Acta Mathematica, edited and founded by Gustav Loeffler, one of the first researchers to recognize his ability. Cantor turned to analysis under the influence of Weierstrass, in particular, to the study of trigonometric series. In 1872, he was appointed professor, and in 1879, a professor at the University of Halle. Cantor found the peace of mind he required to further develop his research, which resulted in fundamental contributions, such as the study of trigonometric series, on the non-numerability of real numbers or the theory of dimensions. However, he became known in the academic world for his work on set theory. In particular, he was responsible for the first rigorous definition of infinite set, as well as for the construction of the theory of transfinite numbers, both cardinal and ordinal. Cantor showed that infinities are not all the same, but, similar to integers, they can be classified, which means that there are some bigger than others. He built a complete theory of transfinite numbers. The idea of infinity is one of the most controversial aspects in the history of thought. Consider the perplexity with which mathematicians welcomed the infinitesimal calculus of Leibniz and Isaac Newton, based entirely on the concept of infinitesimal quantities. Although Cantor's set theory was later modified and completed, it still remains the basis for studying the properties of infinite sets. In 1895-97, Cantor fully propounded his view of continuity in the infinite, including infinite ordinals and cardinals. In his best-known work titled Contributions to the Founding of the Theory of Transfinite Numbers, he presented his conception of transfinite numbers, to which he was led by his demonstration that an infinite set may be placed in a one-to-one correspondence with one of its subsets. By the smallest transfinite cardinal number he meant the cardinal number of any set that can be placed in one-to-one correspondence with the positive integers. This transfinite number is referred to as an aleph null. Larger transfinite cardinal numbers are denoted by aleph 1, aleph 2, etc. He subsequently developed an arithmetic of transfinite numbers analogous to finite arithmetic. In this way, he extended the concept of infinity. The opposition he faced in the length of time before his ideas were fully assimilated represented, in part, the difficulties of mathematicians in reassessing the meaning of numbers. Cantor demonstrated that a set of points on a line possessed a higher cardinal number than an aleph null. This led to the famous problem of the continuum hypothesis, which states that there are no cardinal numbers between the aleph null and the cardinal number of the points on a line. This problem was of great interest to the mathematical world and was studied by many mathematicians, including Kurt Gödel and Paul Cohen. Although mental illness, beginning in 1884, Afflicted the last years of life, Cantor continued to be productive. Kronecker openly sabotaged his academic career and did as much as he could to make his life miserable. In fact, this is the main reason why you will not find a cartoon devoted to Kronecker in this channel. Cantor often sympathized with young, aspiring mathematicians and tried to find ways to ensure that they would not suffer as he had because of the entrenched faculty members who felt threatened by new ideas. Sadly for Kronecker and his infamous behavior, Cantor's work was fully recognized as fundamental to the development of function theory, analysis, and topology. He was a victim of criticism and controversy, which may have boosted the state of depression that assailed Cantor in the last years of his life. In 1884, he had the first manifestation of a nervous disease that struck him repeatedly until his death. This may be related to the uncertainty about the validity of his work, scientific and academic ostracism, attributed mainly to Kronecker, who blocked his every attempt to teach in Berlin. From that moment onward, Cantor spent his life between universities and hospitals. He died of a heart attack on January 6, 1918,